Our topic is itself classification of networks. For today it is classification of networks. Now first come to know that what does it mean to by a network. What do you have in your mind when the word network is coming? Quick answer. Anyone? Three not 6, 307, 312. Anyone?
Connection.
Connection of things.
Good.
Collection of things.
Connection of the things in any manner, right? In any manner, connection of the things. It may be either random or uniform or non-uniform, whatever the alignment it will be the connection of the elements or collection of the even human beings. We all are getting connected in a particular network, right? Our mobiles are getting connected with a particular network in the sense different mobile satellite communications are there. So all they are getting connected, nothing but they're exchanging the information from one to another by these interconnections. Clear? So it will be allowing some category of the information, that will be called as some category of the network. If it is accepting another category of the information, that will be called as another category of the network. Like that we are making them as a different classifications. Now here the network is, if we are having, now we are confined to the electrical. Now we need to get back to our electrical terminology. If there are some number of resistors and some number of inductors, some number of capacitors, if all these are getting connected in any manner, either series parallel, any either star delta in three phase, in any manner, if they are getting connected, that will be called as a network. Okay, that will be called as a electrical network. Now if that network should be having some closed path in the sense, now it is getting closed. Now it is getting closed. Now it is a network, but it is having some closed path. That means we can call that kind will be circuit. Okay, now are we able to differentiate the words network and circuit? So the circuit should have the closed path. So if closed path is available, then immediately in your mind it will be getting straight on, there is a current. If it is a closed path, there is a flow of current, right? If it is not having any closed path, that is open circuit, then the value of current is 0. Able to understand all of you the differentiation between network and the word circuit? If that circuit contains the resistors, inductors, capacitors, voltage source, current source, all electrical related terms, that kind of circuit is called electrical circuit. Understand the word network and circuit, right? Respond quickly. Mechanicals. Right. Now see. Now it should be able to clear the word network, the word circuit. Right. There is no more confusion in between the words of network and circuit. Now coming to active network. So what does it meant by the word active? This word is very much familiar with all of us, right? Active. So when we are very much in depression mode, what we elders will be call it as be active, be more active. Okay, don't be a passive, be active. So what does it mean by that condition? Active in the sense, you need to create some uh, you need to create some sharing of the things to others. Nothing but here also active network in the sense, you need to provide some electrical source, nothing but electrical current, electrical voltage. So the circuit or the network which contains active element. the network which contains active elements. Such kind of networks are called active networks. Now again there is a problem. In the definition itself there is an active. Still we did not get the clarity on the active, right? So again I can go for in-depth of this active elements, further active elements in the sense the elements which have the capability to deliver the energy. Okay, the elements which having the capability to deliver the energy, such kind of elements are called active elements. Understand? The elements which can able to deliver the energy, right? Such kind of elements are called active elements. So which elements can deliver energy? Either source, either voltage source or current source. So here which can deliver energy, example voltage source or current source, right? Now what does it mean by passive element? What does it mean by passive element? I will take the whiteboard so that it will be easy for me. So active network, the network which contains active elements, such type of networks are called active networks. So again further subdivided the definition as the active elements is nothing but the elements which have the capability to deliver energy. Now you have to note down the running notes. Deliver energy are called active elements. Example, voltage source and current source. Sources, current sources. Okay. Now, what is the second classification we are having? Passive network. So, passive in the sense which is quite opposite to active. So that means how can we give the statement of passive network? The network which contains passive elements, such kind of network is called passive network. Then again further, what does it meant by passive elements? Which receives energy. Here we are delivering energy. Who will receive? These will receive. Passive elements will receive. Which receives energy or which consumes energy are called passive elements. Example, our loads, resistor, inductance and capacitor. Okay, these are the loads. Now, is it clear to all of you the first classification, active and passive networks?
Yes, sir.
In this real time example, can you just tell me, I am the person who is delivering some knowledge to all of you. You are the people receiving this knowledge, so that who will be active in this case?
You only, sir.
Delivering knowledge, sir.
Right,
Uh,
very good. Now I am falls under category 1, active element. You all the people are falls under passive network.
Passive.
Students community is a passive now. The faculty is delivering the knowledge to all of you. He will be the active. Clear? Understand? Next, what is the
Yes.
next classification? The third one. Anyone identified in that slide? The next one, linear, non-linear, or unilateral. But you can take any of the classification. Here I will take linear. Linear network. Right. So what does it mean by linear network? Can anyone try for the statement of linear network by seeing active and passive? Or else I will tell for linear network, you people try for non-linear. Okay, so the network which contains linear elements are, you can write the network contains linear elements. Such kind of network will be called as a linear network. Here again, in the place of linear elements, what does it mean by linear? Which obeys Ohm's law. The elements which obeys Ohm's law will be falls under linear elements. Okay. So how many of you know the Ohm's law? Can anyone? Ohm's law, the basic fundamental. I think we are studying from our schooling. Ohm's law. Can anyone? Ohm's law.
Current
Current.
current is directly proportional to voltage and resistance.
Okay. Anyhow, you are tried. Good, ma good. 210, I think, right? 210? 310. Sorry, mechanical. 310. Good, ma good. You tried. So Ohm's law is nothing but at constant temperature. Ma very much important. All of you note it down if possible. At constant temperature, the voltage which is presented across the circuit is directly proportional to the current which is passing through the circuit. Okay. At constant temperature, note down all of you. At constant temperature, the voltage presented across the circuit is directly proportional to current passing through it. Or you can rewrite that as the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to voltage present across those 2 points. Okay, that's what we can simply mention as a V is directly proportional to I. If we remove this proportionality constant, we need to keep one constant. That proportionality constant here we are calling as a resistance. Okay, done. So the elements which are obeys these Ohm's law, such elements are falls under linear elements. If such elements are presented in a network, such network is called linear network. Clear? This is as per our electrical terminology. Now I will get back to your mathematics. So linear in the sense it should accepts superposition and homogeneity principles, right? Mathematics now. So in your mathematics, what does it meant by a linear element or a linear equations? If that equation is satisfying the condition of superposition and homogeneity. So what does it meant by superposition and homogeneity? Shall I go in depth or shall I go for nonlinear network? If you write up to this, you will get full marks. Linear network in the sense the elements which can, the network which contains the linear elements in it, such kind of network is called a linear network. And the elements which obeys the Ohm's law, such will be called as a linear elements, right? If you wanted to further define that statement as in regular our fundamental mathematics based background, then you can write as the elements which accepts or which can follows the principle of superposition and homogeneity. Such elements are called linear elements. Then again here, if you write the second definition, you need to elaborate what does it meant by the superposition and homogeneity. Here I will explain briefly, so try to understand quick. So here I am having some system. Okay, I'm having some system. So now the first set of the students, let us take regularly what you can do in your laboratory. The same experiment all the 5 batches can do, right? Let us take, you are having some 5 batches in our class. So the first batch one came for this experiment under this system analysis purpose. So the first batch given the input voltage as 2 volts. Let us just take an example. 2 volts they given as an input. So they got some output of around 6 volts, let us take. Okay. Now they obtain 6 volts as an output. This is their input voltage. This is the system given as a result as output as 6 volts. Now the batch 1 is completed. Now batch 2 people came. Now they changed the value of input in order to analyze the system, how it should be going to react, so that they changed the value to some 3 volts. No sir, we won't want to give 2 volts, I want to give 3 volts, right? No problem, fine. Now if they given the 3 volts, the output, how much they can obtain? 9 volts they obtain for that input, right? So now tell me, what is the relation here it is happening? Homogeneity is, that is order of degree is maintained or not? See, it should be multiplying the input with the 3. Able to follow? The first batch they given 2 volts, the system itself generated output as a 6 volt, that means 3 times it is increased. Second batch increased its input to 1 time 3 volts. Now again the system generated output as 9 volt. It's not increased to 7. Now it is changed to 9. That means 3 into 3 9, 2 into 3 6. That means it is following some order of degree equally. All of you are able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now this kind of following the order of degree is called homogeneity. That means now the system satisfying homogeneity principle. Done. Now the third batch came. This third batch came and given 5 volt as an input. Okay. Now how much they can obtain? Now tell me the answer. How much voltage the system will going to generate?
15.
Very good, 15. But here you can analyze like this. 2 plus 3 how much? 5. See here, 6 plus 9. Clear? That means it is following the order of degree and also follows the superposition principle also. So shall I call this system as an linear system? Right? Able to understand now the linear? How can we defining that linear word?
Yes.
Right, very good, clear. Now the next classification, non-linear network. Now can anyone tell me the definition for non-linear network? Just to try for it. The network which contains,
Non-linear elements.
very good, the network which contains non-linear elements. So which elements we can call as a non-linear? The elements
Which
which
do
does,
not follow Ohm's law.
good, which does not follow or does not obey Ohm's law. Or you can also write in your mathematics background, if you are perfect in mathematics, then you can also write it as, if it is not going to accepting superposition, or it will be fail to follow the superposition or homogeneity principle, such elements will be called as nonlinear elements. If that network contains this, that kind of elements, that network is called nonlinear network. Clear these two classifications now? Active, passive, linear, non-linear. Shall I go for
Yes,
next
sir.
classification? Good. So the next one, unilateral. Unilateral network. So immediately the statement, the definition will be everything common. Ma. The network which contains unilateral elements. Such kind of network is called unilateral network. Then here our knowledge will be coming into the picture. What does it mean by unilateral? See the word uni in the sense, what does it?
Single.
Single, excellent,
Single.
very
One.
good. Single or one, very good, very good. So here the definition is over. Single or one. The lateral in the sense the direction, right? The lateral in the sense direction. Uni in the sense single or one. So the elements which allows current in only one direction. Elements which allow current in only one direction. Such elements are called unilateral elements. Understand now? The elements which allow current in only one direction. Such elements are called unilateral elements. Now you may have one doubt. Is there any real-time elements, such kind of elements which can allow only one direction? Yes, in real time these are available. Any idea? The elements which allows current in only one direction. Regularly we are using that element. Regularly, everyone we are
Charger.
using. No. For charger, how did you get the charging of your mobile? Charger, you want to charge your mobile, you need mobile charger, right? That adapter you require. Okay, so that adapter, where how the adapter should be transferring that charge from supply to your mobile by keeping that adapter in where you need to keep it in the socket, correct?
AC socket, sir.
In the socket, our plug box only in itself, right? In the socket itself, we need to keep it, the adapter, right? And the second end will be getting connected to your mobile jack, USB port. Now, if I am doing that, is the charge is going to transfer, or we need to do something more than that?
First, we should convert from AC to DC, sir.
No, no,
And
no, 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 no. Don't go in depth. Don't go in depth. What I'm asking is, we are keeping our adapter into the socket, right? The one end of the adapter, second end of the adapter, that USB cable is connected to your mobile. What is the next step we need to do?
Turn on the switch.
Very good. What is that switch? Is the switch is allowing current in both directions or only one direction?
Both, sir.
yeah, it allows in both directions, sir.
How it will allow both direction when you switch changing the position to off? Is it allow the current? Is
No,
there
it restricts, sir.
huh?
It stops the current flow.
That means in if you change the state of the switch, it will stop the flow of current. If you change the state of the switch, it will allow the current. That means how many directions it is allowing out of two?
Only one.
Only one direction, right? That is the example is your physical switch. This is the real-time example, the switch. Now what I told, you have to write it in examination also, nothing to worry, because that is a correct answer. But as per our subject and materials, theoretical knowledge, I think all of you are completed your intermediate and diploma, right? So you may studied the semiconductor physics, like diodes or transistors. Am I correct? Diodes, transistors, diode. What is the operation of diode? It will be having some two categories: forward bias, reverse bias. Correct? P-N junction diode. So, in which condition diode allows current, and in which condition diode stops current? Or nothing but in which bias the diode will be turned on, in which bias diode will be turned off.
In reverse bias.
Reverse bias, diode will be on or off?
On, sir.
No.
In forward bias, current we allow current flow.
Right. In forward bias, the diode is in on condition. In reverse bias, the diode is in off condition. A very minute amount of leakage current will flow in reverse bias. Okay, since the depletion layer width is very much higher, right? So depletion layer region is increasing. How should it will be going to on, right? So the diode will be turned on only under forward bias condition. That means it is allowing current in only one direction, that is forward direction. So therefore that will be also falls under unilateral. Similarly, the transistor. Okay, like that we are having different examples for unilateral element. If any network contains these elements, right, then such kind of network is called unilateral network. Now clear the unilateral network. Now tell me about bilateral network. Now it's your turn. Tell me the definition for bilateral network.
Elements which
It
allow
allows
current in both
to
direction.
both direction.
Very good, excellent. The network which contains bilateral elements, such kind of network is called bilateral network. Bilateral elements in the sense which can allow current in both directions. Very good. Such kind of elements are called bilateral elements. Such kind of network which contains these category of elements is called bilateral network. Example is nothing but your resistor, inductor, capacitor. Resistor in any terminal, it can allow the current. Inductor, same. Capacitor should be also remains same. It won't have any polarities issues. Okay. Done. Now it should be clear for all of you the unilateral network and the bilateral network.
Sure.
Yeah. So we will go for the last classification. Here once again one important point. In some of the textbooks, they can give the statement in another way. In another way, in the sense, see what is the relation between current and voltage, current and resistance? I equal to V by R, right? Just now we see Ohm's law, V equal to IR, so I equal to V by R. So if resistance or if current is increasing, what about resistance?
Decreasing.
Decreases.
Decreasing, right? That means inversely proportional. Simply what I call as inversely proportional. If current increases, resistance decreases. If resistance increases, current decreases.
Current
now
is
now shall I write this statement as the elements which gives high resistance in one direction, such elements are called unilateral. Shall I write like this? In one direction it is allowing current, in the sense in opposite direction it stops the current, right? Stops the current in the sense in during that time the resistance is very much higher, current is zero, in the sense resistance is infinite, right? Understand now? So the elements
Yes.
which having high resistance path, right, in one direction, such type of elements we can also call as unilateral elements. Similarly, bilateral network are bilateral elements in the sense the elements which are offering low resistance path in both the directions. Here I will write the elements which allows low resistance path in both direction. In both direct, that means low resistance in the sense it allows the current to flow, current is high in both directions, are called bilateral elements. Another kind of the definition, both are remains the same. Once if you got the knowledge on this particular subject, both definitions are remain same. Okay, so here the elements which offer low resistance in only one direction, simply the same statement, in the place of both you need to keep it as only one direction, that will now falls under unilateral element. Now it should be very much clear, unilateral and bilateral networks. Shall we move on for
Yes, sir.
last one? Okay, good. What is the last classification? Can anyone recognize it, that last classification I given in keywords also? Lumped network.
Lumped and distributive.
Excellent. No, very good. Lumped and distributive network. These words are new for all of you, I understand. But distributive, maybe this word is very common one. But lumped is somewhat difficult. I will explain this lumped network. So based on that, you can try for distribution network. Okay. The network which contains the lumped elements, such kind of network is called lumped network. But the lumped elements in the sense the elements which are physically separable, the elements which are physically separable are called lumped elements. Okay, The elements which are physically separable are called lumped elements. The network which contains such kind of elements is called lumped network. Now you may have some doubts, or what does it meant by the physically separable? Simply physically separable in the sense we can assemble and we can dismantle everything. Again we can assemble. So that means we have that kind of provision for that device. Such kind of device is falls under lumped network. Let us take, I am having some 10 components. By using these 10 components, we can made one model prototype. Later, again, I don't want this prototype. Again, I need to dismantle all the entire prototype. That means by removing all the 10 components separately and keeping the remains the same. That means simply your laboratory experiment. So if you want to do one experiment, so batch one will go and take the components from the lab assistants, and they are making some connections and doing the experiment. Once output is generated, and note it down in observation, and again you are switch off the particular connection and remove all the elements from the circuit, and you need to resubmit while you are moving out of the lab, right? So see, these kind of physically separable, is it happening for that particular equipment? Such kind of elements are called lumped elements. If such elements are presented in any network, is called lumped network. Clear? Lumped network? Understand?
Sure.
Then what about distributive, which are physically not separable? The elements which are physically not separable, such kind of elements are called distributive. If such elements are presented in the network, is called distributive network. So example for distributive network, our transmission lines. So regularly they are moving on our heads while we are traveling. Transmission lines, which are right, which are, I hope everyone have the visibility of transmission lines in our home while we are traveling on highway, right? The overhead transmission lines. So these transmission lines are having the distributed values of the resistance, inductance, and capacitance, where we are unable to separate them. Those are internally designed, so we are unable to get the values as an individual. We are unable to separate them. So such kind of the system, such kind of elements are falls under distributive category. Understand now the all category of the classification of networks in electrical? Done, ma'am? All the classifications, we will get back to our PPT once. PPT is visible? Check once. I'm sharing PPT now.
Yes, sir. Now it is good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, good. Now done all the classifications. Now tell me, what does it mean by passive? Simply,
Which receive energy.
good, which
Which
receives
have passive elements.
good, which receives energy or which can consumes energy. Good, right. What about bilateral?
Allows current to flow in both
For current in
directions.
conversion.
Both directions, good. Current in both directions. Right. What about unilateral?
In one direction.
In
One
Current
direction.
in one direction, good. What about linear?
elements which obey Ohm's law.
Good, no, very good. Which obeys Ohm's law, and here I forgot in the non-linear. So non-linear means does not obey Ohm's law. Right. What about lumped?
Network containing physically separable elements.
Very good. Physically, the elements which can physically separable. Such elements are called lumped elements. And distributive, which are not physically separable.
Non-separable elements.
Very good. Example for distributive is transmission line. So done. We will go for summary. The same what we discussed now. The elements which delivers energy are called active, otherwise passive. The elements which offers the same impedance. My impedance, no need to worry, impedance is nothing but the resistance. R or Z. Generally, why they are mentioned impedance in the sense in AC circuits, we are having resistance and reactance terms. Therefore, we are having Z, R plus JX, the complex term. Whereas in DC circuits, we are having only R. That's why here also Z is nothing but R only. Either impedance or resistance, both properties to oppose the flow of current. Okay. So the elements which offers the same impedance or you can write same resistance when direction of current gets reversed, called bilateral, otherwise it should be unilateral. Next, the elements which obeys Ohm's law, called linear, otherwise that will be called as non-linear. The elements which are physically separable, called lump, which are not separable, called distributive. Now tell me the answers. Example for unilateral. What is the answer for first bit?